Thank you, Hannah. Yeah, we are unfortunate at the moment. This wall, at least, when the light is coming through, we're facing south, hence the reflection. It's going to get better in a moment. We're walking away from the last of the windows. Welcome, Patricia. And we have this rather unique set. Extraordinary. Lucky they're actually suddenly got very, very busy behind me. Let me see if I can have a quick look at the other wall, everybody. I didn't want to miss King Charles II. It's a spectacular mini suit of armour. Extraordinary. Look at this, everybody. A medieval instrument of torture. Collar of Torment. Apparently it's a Spanish collar put around the necks of scolding or wayward wives. 16th century. Extraordinary. And terrifying at the same time. How ornate is that? Good heavens. This is where the tourist was cheekily poking his head through for that picture. Quite a unique picture. I can understand why he would have done it. I don't think anyone had a problem with it. He was just being a little light-hearted. But they've done a magnificent job, actually, of lining up and attaching the armour to the wall. Extraordinary, that wall of armour. Moving up to the next level now, everybody. Solid oak staircase, wow. It's barely even creaking, it's so well constructed. It's with the pegging, etc. Look, incredible workmanship here. It's a different world. I did ask your colleagues downstairs. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Just double checking with the yeomans up here. Much larger cases. A lot of weaponry and other things up here. Equally extraordinary. But I'm going to walk around and through the centre of the exhibition here. Good Lord. Let's go round. My pleasure. Thank you very much, Kathy, for the kind words. It's grand medieval hall. I'm going to go into the chapel immediately. One moment. Actually, wait, no, we do have to go into the chapel to go out the other side. One moment. I'm not going to film, guys. I don't film religious buildings, as we know. Spectacular chapel, but yeah, I have I don't ever film religious buildings. I don't think it's appropriate. Okay, so we are in the mini exhibition. Medieval treasures, medieval weaponry, lances, pikes, staffs, etc. all superbly and wonderfully displayed. Staff weapons. Good Lord, I mean, just thinking about actually holding that thing, the weight of it as well. This staff with the metal pike at the end. Terrifying. This is Elizabethan, incidentally, what we're looking at the moment. 16th century. Yeah, apologies. I know some of the religious buildings are glorious, but it's just something that it's not about a particular religion, it's just something I don't do out of respect. So many things here. What is this? This was apparently, it was a diplomatic gift. Good Lord. I wonder what they would have thought at the English court when a diplomat arrived and said, hey, look, this is what we have to present. Bearing in mind that at that point, it would take many, many months of travel to move from a certain part of the world to another. How careful must they have been on their voyages to protect those treasures so they made it intact? It is that the presentation here is one thing that really does massively impress me. Everything is super, super well presented, but more importantly, and I'm not showing them because you can't really read them, there are too many. Every single thing has got very in-depth descriptions and explanations of what we're looking at and why it's here. And that for me really is what a fine museum should be about. Showing the treasures is one thing, but if we don't know why they're symbolic, it doesn't really help. Certain curators at other museums in London should take note. Muskets as well. Arms as art. Bejeweled weaponry here. Incredible.
Number 3 was. Tiffany and Co. Voy a grabar fotos, pero no me van a dar porque se me voy a aburrir a este personal. Llaman de todos. Es una maravilla. ¿Cómo haces eso?
Some of the weapons. The golden pistol. Gold-plated cased submachine gun. I'm just looking for the date. Extraordinary enough, the one down here, 19th century Germanic rifle. One of the first examples of a reloadable weapon. Good Lord. It's the Royal Armories, for anyone that's wondering. And it continues through another door into another treasure trove of medieval surprises. This time we're going up into the tower a little bit. You mustly, I was guilty of the same thing until just a few years ago. Yeah, I only remember going once actually when I was a child on a school trip. I went again with my children. They had loved it, so of course I've been back a few times. It's extraordinary to think of how far we've come since the things we've had a look at here in the tower. In some respects, anyway. Another absolutely vast room here. I have no idea if this was something that was ever deployed in battle, as it were, or is it simply a sculpture? What is weapons as wallpaper? Okay, so there apparently is a tradition in British military history of creating trophies from masses of weapons, which would explain it. This is a trophy of captured weapons. Medieval sculptors have put this together. Extraordinary. 925 years before anyone had even heard of Game of Thrones. The chainmail as well, that's forming the tail from captured fellows. Wow, just wow. I think these are the more recognisable, in fact. Which century is this? One moment. It's saying on the labelling probably early 18th century. It's a drummer's raincoat. Marching in that with your drums in the rain. Again, super display of musketry. There's so much here. I mean, this is literally sort of a day's worth of. I mean, I'm not looking or filming all of it. It just goes on. There's so much here. It's incredible. Plus, so interactive displays, etc. People are sitting here listening in multiple different languages. I can understand why the Tower of London is a chargeable exhibit. I mean, goodness me, they've really done well here in every respect. It's immaculate as well. Everything is utterly immaculate. And people are very respectful here.
Well, let's go.
Cute. Honestly, Carly, I would definitely suggest going probably around the time that I arrived. I think I got here around 10 this morning. Again, it's massively weather dependent. Of course, if it's a nicer day, it's going to be very, very, very busy. I did notice last night, actually they've even got Dyson fans here. The irony of that, eh? Dyson fan in an 11th century castle. Yeah, I would say probably to arrive around 10 a.m. When I arrived, actually, the queue, the ticket office is sort of a little set back from the main entrance, but there was already a huge queue of people, as there were only two chaps checking the tickets. So it took me 6 or 7 minutes, I would say, to get in. But there were already a vast number of people that were in front of me. So I would definitely, to be honest, arrive no later than around 10:30 in an ideal world. I'm already thinking about how many people there are going to be outside in a moment when we get downstairs. Let's see. A little stroll around the inner courtyard again. This wall down is a terror. The tripod. So many chambers and wooden doorways, arrow slips and so on. There's so much to look at. It's hard to focus on actually stepping down. This sort of thing. Look. Yeah, I wouldn't like to be doing this on a super busy day. It's a little litigious. Oh, just when you think you've reached ground level, it continues. After the humidity in here, I can know the cold air is going to be whoosh. It's going to feel like I've just gotten off a plane at the South Pole. Here we are in another grand hall. Full of cannon, some extraordinary cannon here, and artillery. Plenty of curiosities. In fact, they even labelled it Tower Curiosities. Thank you for the little chow. It looks like a chow chow, that dog. Hey, welcome if you're joining, or if you're joining from Mexico. Yes, indeed, we are at the Tower of London, exploring the many extraordinary things here in the armory. Muskets, cannons, treasures and curiosities. Look at it all, how much of it there is. We all know that Britain has a somewhat glorious and curious military past in the past 1,000 years, but actually seeing it this closely, smell it almost, smell the musketry. Also, curiously, some of the... I've already spoke to your colleagues when I came in.
Oh.
I asked them before I came in. I asked permission from the man at the main door, and then again when I came in at the secondary door.
Do you work here, sir?
No, I don't. I asked them already, so twice. I wouldn't be doing this if I hadn't asked. This is me, and this is what I'm doing it for.
Okay, do you mind just pausing that, sir?
No, of course. No, of course.
Just bear with me.
No, of course. Hello, everybody. The first chap on the main door with the grey hair, when I came in, said, was it okay to have the camera on and to record, showed him what I was doing. Then also the two ladies on the floor before this.
Okay,
They also...
it's because it's just professional cameras and...
He said it's okay as long as you don't put it down and put the tripod on the floor, as long as it's only for personal use, which it is. It's not for anything commercial.
Okay, right. Just bear
Of course,
with me.
no, absolutely. I'll stay here, of course. Okay, just going to let the lady go and check. You all heard I double-checked twice as I came in that it was okay to film and was granted permission twice. Let's see what she has to say. I'm going to stay here as she asked before she makes a firm decision. No, I'm still here, everybody. I'd already asked twice before entering, and also again once I'd entered, if it was okay to be filming, and I was told twice, and it was, we know that because you guys are watching, and it was captured on the live and also here on the YouTube recording. Twice I received verbal permission for filming, so let's see. Hopefully it's just a confusion, but we'll find out in a moment. I'm happy to respect the rules, but I specifically did ask him before coming in. He was very clear in the sense that as long as it's for personal use and you don't put the tripod on the floor, which I haven't done, there shouldn't be an issue. So I'll wait here for a minute or two until she comes back out of this door to speak to somebody. But it might be because I have cables dangling down, power cables, I don't know, but let's see what she says. I'm going to stay in this one room. I'm not going to go anywhere else until she comes back. Hopefully she'll come back. I mean, she's going to leave me here now. I was like, I'm going to leave it on though, actually, just in case I do get into any kind of trouble, because this is, a video proof of me having been very respectful and politely requested the option to film here for you guys. Let's see. Plus, we walked past multiple people who were absolutely fine, even said hello, including serving military personnel. So I would have thought it was a problem. Picture taking is definitely fine. Everyone's got their cameras out, but it might just be the fact that she's wondering if it's commercial or not. Okay, so it's 12:40. I'm going to wait here for 5 minutes, and I'm going to continue on if she doesn't come back. Yeah, I'm sort of 50-50 actually. I hope she comes back, even if it's just to say, look, it's okay. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to upset anyone or break the rules. So let's see what she has to say. I hope so, Melissa. I genuinely do hope so. Even if it doesn't matter to me whether she's right or wrong. I will happily apologise if I've done something wrong. But if I've been misinformed by her colleagues, it's at least a 50-50 split in terms of who's responsible for the misunderstanding. Yeah, it's it's not commercial. Actually, I need to plug for the camera. I've just noticed actually the YouTube camera is getting very close to running out of juice. Let me plug that in. 1 second, everybody. Very good otherwise with the power supplies here today. Let's see. Okay, 12:42. Been here for 4 minutes so far, and she hasn't come back. Actually, wait, this one's curious. This is what I was going to show you guys next. A sort of exploded cannon. Yeah, it's just true actually. I knew somebody was going to write that off with his head. Traitor's Gate for me, hey everybody. I'm going to be the first person since those First World War traitors who's going to be condemned for misbehaving. You would think so, yeah, but more importantly. So she's coming back, everybody. 1 second. I'm going to point the camera away from her. 1 second.
My supervisors,
Is it all right?
yeah, because it's live, that's the thing.
Oh, I
This is
see.
different. Live is a whole completely different.
Okay.
But yeah, it's absolutely fine. I just need to double check.
Thank you. You really scared me then. I was reading about the fact that the last people that were executed were in the First World War and in prison, and I was thinking to myself, hold on a second, I'm not going to make live history.
No, not at all, sir. So I just need to be confirmed with my boss. That's
You're lovely.
all. But
Thank you so
very
much.
Have a lovely day.
You too. My pleasure. Thank you. Okay, everybody. Yeah, I was briefly thinking I could be the next one there, heading to Traitor's Gate. I think it's because the head beefeater, when we first arrived, he did pretty much thoroughly question me, as any of you watching at the beginning will remember, and explained, that everyone that's working here is ex-military in some way or another. I showed him why I was here. He seemed relatively okay. So, that was a briefly heart-stopping moment there, actually. But it's good. It shows that people are paying attention, that they're doing the job, and that they're making sure that the place is secure. I can't fault her for that. Massive respect for coming back and admitting that she made a mistake. Incredible. She was absolutely lovely, actually. Yeah, very, very nice. Very nice indeed. If I hadn't have asked permission when I came in, everybody, I would have been terrified at that moment. Literally, I would have been shaking. I'm thinking, good Lord, I'm really in trouble now. Okay, we continue. Yet more treasures. Goodness me, I'm noticing actually the live is somewhat dying a teeny bit. I think it's a reception in here, everyone. One second, everybody. The reception, I'm going to go through here very quickly. The reception in this room is dreadful. Let me come back out so the reception will resume, hopefully. I'm not sure did I lose you there, folks? Is it still okay? I'm going to go back up the stairs. That last room completely lost it, and it mentioned resuming the live. So are we all right, everybody? Did it come back on? We should be fine. I'm back at ground level. Oh, definitely very, very briefly lost the live there, everyone. We should be fine now. I'm back out at ground level. How's it looking? We're back. Okay. That was incredibly lucky, wasn't it? I mean, literally, every single part of the museum there was fine. But that very last room, luckily it was only the gift shop, the reception went. So I'm very happy that worked out exceptionally well. And I'm very glad that the reception didn't go and we didn't lose it when we were talking to the lovely guardian there. Okay, anyway, so we're back out, kind of where we started again. As you all know, I did ask earlier if it were possible, and not only can you not film inside, you can't even take a picture inside where the crown jewels are located. I understand why and I respect that. So far so good. Welcome everybody. Yeah, me too. That was my favourite. I was really kind of enchanted by what we saw. So we're back in the courtyard here. We're going to go over and have a little listen in on the beefeaters tour. This splendid beefeater over here with an enormous beard. That's one I haven't seen before actually. He's new to me. Size of the queue already. Well, it's not a queue, sorry, the crowd, everybody. Look, listening to him. And make sure we've got the sun on the right side.
Criteria. 1. You have to have a magnificent beard. 2. You have to be extremely handsome. And 3. You have to be at least 6 foot tall. Okay, they're the wrong things, obviously. 1, you have to have served in His Majesty's Armed Forces for at least 22 years. That is either the Royal Navy, Royal Marines.
One moment, everybody. Curious thing here with the battery. One moment. Let me just plop this down so we can still watch. I just need to check what's going with the power supply here. Low battery, but good lord, it's plugged in. One moment, everybody.
Honourable service, as we like to say, 15 years of not getting caught for any crime. Once you have those 3 years, you become the mayor of the crime. If you're fortunate enough to get chosen, you get to become a yeoman's order. It's better than that. You get to wear this magnificent uniform.
Plenty of power, but no charge. How curious. One moment.
And it's certainly not a costume you're not actors. It's a uniform.
I'm not sure yet. I'll go back closer in a moment. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here battery-wise and why we're not recharging.
The royal cipher of our dearly departed Queen Elizabeth II. And yes, it will be getting the same. Queen's crown, Elizabeth Conda Regina, Queen Elizabeth II. Now the new royal cipher is in the public domain, folks. Okay, go online and you can see it. King's crown, Torment,
No, it seems to be fine. One moment. Let's go and watch him and see what he's speaking about here to the very large crowd. You can ask any questions, Melissa, of course. That's why we're here.
We're just stuck. Nobody really knows where it comes from. There are lots of different theories, lots of different reasons why people think we call beefeaters. Nobody actually knows for sure. Okay, one reason is, when we were first formed, we were the personal bodyguard to the king, okay? Henry VII, the first Tudor king. Now, in able to protect him, he wanted to keep us fit, strong and healthy. So he gave us a daily ration of meat. Meat back then was extremely expensive, usually just for the royalty and nobility.
Ah.
Very privileged in getting part paid in that manner. So people outside of the tower who didn't have access to good food like that used to start calling us beefeaters. Okay? That's one reason. There are lots and lots of other reasons. Okay? Our official title is this. Are you ready for this? If anybody gets it wrong, we're going back to the start. Okay? Our official title is this. Yeoman Warder of His Majesty's Royal Palace and Fortress, the Tower of London, Sovereign's Bodyguard, Yeoman of the Guard and Extraordinary. Got it? Let's call us beefeaters easier. Right, folks, almost brings me to the end. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a bit of the history of this magnificent Royal Palace and Fortress. Before I send you on your way to the crown jewels, and you all know where they are, don't you? I'd like to thank each and every one of you today for doing your part. You folks coming to see us, okay, help us keep the tower in the great condition it's in. That building alone has been standing for nearly 1,000 years. We'd love it to stand for 1,000 years longer, so truly, folks, thank you for visiting today. Now, if you do have any burning questions, I'm going to be stood over there for a nanosecond after the tour. Okay, or you could ask any one of my colleagues around the tower. If you like a photograph with me and why wouldn't you? Also over there, folks. Now, if you enjoyed the tour, please feel free to cheer and clap.
Hey! Wow. Second, let me see if I can get him in his full glory. Spectacular beefeater's costume, uniform. Try and get a picture of him too, if possible. Look at that, isn't it wonderful? Look.
There's the one I pointed to above the
Where's the jewels?
Where's the crown prince?
Okay,
Come over here and I'll show you. Come over here, I'll show you. Come over, I'll show you. Who wants to know where the crown jewels are? No? Oh, well, not anymore?
Why did you do photos with David? That was really awesome. I did wonder if you were an actor.
A second, I'm going to wait until the young man moves out of the way. What a magnificent uniform. I don't think it's ever going to happen, folks. A second, I try and take a picture.
1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Is it okay? Thank you so much. You got a good spot here in the sunshine. It's enhancing that handsome face. Not that you need it. Thank you very much. Okay, got a super clear picture there, everyone. 1 second, I'll pop that on the Instagram. Notice there are lots of beefeaters, and we've got a lot of RAF personnel here today, actually. Lots. I'm not sure. Perhaps it's a special day. I'm seeing lots of active RAF personnel. I think with their families walking around. There were only a couple before, but I'm seeing them everywhere now. So I'm guessing it must be something in particular. Try not to be too close. Yeah, look, this chap with the sash here. He's a currently serving member of the Royal Air Force. I'm not sure what the sash signifies. I'm not a military man. I'm going to pop that picture of that glorious beefeater. Actually, the crowd around him is massive now. Just got it in time. 1 second, then we'll continue around, everybody. Let me pop that picture onto the Instagram. He does look absolutely splendid in the sunshine. What a glorious fellow. That's it, I've just popped the picture of the beefeater. The beefeater, he was explaining it actually. It's a very good question. Sorry everybody, I'm sort of blabbering on here without giving a thorough explanation. He was explaining that the reason that these chaps, okay, so these are the guardians of the Tower of London, okay? This chap over here. I'm not going to get too close, people are taking pictures with their children and stuff. Anyway, so this chap over here is a beefeater. And you notice the difference in what he's wearing, for example, to the other guys, the yeoman warders that are walking around, and obviously we have a lot of soldiers here as well. Beefeaters, so called, because, as he was explaining there, in his little narrated tour, apparently, in the medieval period, only royals and nobility would eat meat as part of their diet traditionally. Meat was relatively rare and certainly very expensive for obvious reasons. However, certain elite parts of the military were also then given meat as part of their rations. And those guys were then affectionately termed beefeaters. And the name was born. That apparently is the legend. That is as he told it. But yeah, it's getting very, very busy here now. It's starting to bustle, actually. There's still plenty of room to walk around, but it's bustling enormously. Let's go over toward the southern side. It is a little bright, but I'll be cautious because obviously we have some spectacular views, not only of the tower here and the Jewel Tower, but Tower Bridge itself. Despite the sunshine, it's still a glorious perspective from the Tower of London here. Magnificent. It doesn't matter where you look here, all of it is just extraordinary. I'm pretty much certain they're manually watering that grass every single day to get it that perfectly green and tame. Just going to ask actually this chap here what the difference is in their uniforms. One moment, just out of curiosity for my own purposes. Can I ask you a question? Yeah. I've noticed there's a small difference between what you're wearing and the other chap over here, or are you wearing the same but underneath the tunic? Yes. Oh, so the uniform's identical?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. I did wonder, yeah, because his is like, wow.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Just a warm coat.
What about in the summer? Do you wear the same thing underneath? Obviously without the cloak, but how? I mean, when it's 30 degrees, how is that? I mean,
that's alright. Because this one's slightly thicker because it's the winter one.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you get summer one that's lighter weight.
That's it though. Scottish accent, I guess, a teeny bit, so you're used to the cold.
Not really. I wish it was, but not.
Thank you very much.
You have to go that way.
This way? Oh yes, you're right. Thank you. Oops, sorry, little man. Okay, everybody. Okay, let's continue out. So actually, no, they are wearing exactly the same. One moment, everyone. Let's get back through this glorious medieval gate. Apologies to anyone that's asking questions and I'm not seeing them. Obviously I'm trying to be respectful of the environment, not bump into other tourists, and obviously talking to some of the staff here. Don't worry, AJ, we're definitely going to go back and look again at Traitor's Gate. We're very close to Traitor's Gate now. Mentioning about the number of people and so on a very busy day, obviously we have very narrow passages and stone stairways. On a very busy day, it would take an awful long time to get around and see everything. Plus, if you're tall like me, you need to be very careful of the beams above the doorways. You see how narrow the passages are? It's literally sort of tripod width. Good lord. Traitor's Gate is where prisoners would be brought by boat to be imprisoned and or executed here at the Tower of London. Good heavens, this staircase is not for the faint of heart, everybody. I'm honestly being serious. Oh my goodness me. Apologies if you can't really see very much at the moment. I'm trying not to fall down. Good heavens. Goodness me, wow. That was... Look. Oh, that was incredible. Second, everybody. I think we're just about to catch a changing of the guard. Lovely timing here, actually. Lovely timing.
I don't look at it.
Trees! Pass!
And there it is, folks, the change of the guard. What luck. We caught that just at the right moment, actually. Extraordinary. I didn't forget about Traitors Gate again. We did look at Traitors Gate a couple of times when I came in, but we will go and have a very good look at Traitors Gate again. Obviously, catching the change of the guard at that moment was very much unexpected. I wasn't keeping an eye on the time, so we just caught it at 1 p.m. That was a minor miracle, everybody. Very happy that I got that. A few times when I've been here before, I've missed it. My pleasure. Thank you very much. It's a good question. I think when I was reading earlier, I thought it was every 2 hours. Every 2 hours or every 4 hours, one or the other. So we would have had an awful long wait for the next one, either way. So that was very lucky, actually. Very lucky. Again, if they're changing the guard, again, welcome to Google. I'm pretty sure from memory it's every 2 hours or every 4. One or the other. Every 2 or every 4. Crown Jewels, you are not allowed. I did, again, everyone that was watching on live, I did ask, you're not allowed to film and you're not even allowed to take a picture. If you even take your camera out or take a picture, you get immediately not only thrown out of the Crown Jewels, but banned from the Tower of London. Yes, indeed, it is, Lee. Yep, they are all RAF serving personnel. I did wonder, in fact, there are an awful lot of RAF personnel here today as well that are not part of the Guard. They're just here, either with tourists or with family members. So I'm not sure if today's a special occasion, but I've never seen this many RAF personnel just milling around and talking with people, etc. Plus, there were a lot of RAF guys walking around in the museum, the armory, with what seemed to be, to my eye, their family. Okay, this beefeater, goodness God, he must have an incredibly strong voice box. Here he goes, look, he's back again with another enormous group, starting another another very, very long discussion about what's happening. Look, he literally just finished. It's a good question, Lee. Actually, I don't know. It's a very good question. I would have thought that they probably would rotate. I haven't been here regularly enough to know, is the honest answer. I'd be very much surprised if it was exclusively RAF. But yeah, for the moment, it's definitely RAF. Good question. I'm not a military man. I couldn't comment on why they're wearing certain outfits or not wearing other outfits. I'm just thinking, actually, let's go back around the tower. That way we avoid the narrow staircase again. I don't want to have to do that again. It was, I haven't got huge feet, but my God, I was just able to get a grip on that little tower back there. I was very much concerned that I was going to drop everything. There's no way a large person, I'm just over 6'2", there's no way somebody any taller than me would even get in there. It's ridiculous. But then again, we all know that 945 odd years ago, people were somewhat shorter, generally speaking, than they are now, so no great surprise. This is where we came out. This is the armory. It's the exit of the armory. Having spent, I think we were in there for about 30-40 minutes. That's where the lady said to me, "Hey, you're in trouble." Yeah, those stairs, good Lord. If on a wet day, for example, people walking up and down or inside with wet shoes, that would be an absolute trap and a half. Good Lord. Yeah, thank goodness it's a nice springy day. Yeah, to be honest, I can't think of anywhere better to just sit and enjoy it. Look, there are so many. It's a glorious place to spend time with loved ones or with children. Hey, to be honest, I would say that's a massive asset, Lee, coming here. I definitely would, without a doubt. I noticed, actually, curiously, most of the beefeaters seem to be around the sort of 5'7", 5'9" height range, which is a bit surprising, actually, for military men. I don't know if there's a current minimum height requirement for the military like there is for the police. If there is, I don't know what it is. But yeah, compared to, for example, when you're at Buckinghampalace, the kingsguard, good Lord, they are strapping chaps. Welcome, Keir. We're at the Tower of London here. That's the view in front directly of Tower Bridge. Again, I'm trying to be careful with the sunlight, so we're going to get massive light pollution, because this is the biggest problem actually with being out on a sunny morning. Let's go and have a look at those ravens again. They've been cut back through. Wait, no, we can't go that way. Wait. That's going to take us straight back into the tower. No, we don't want to go that way. Let's go this way. We'll have a look at the ravens, and then we'll have another good look at Traitor's Gate. Okay, that light should hopefully stop in a minute, polluting the picture. Yeah, plenty of seating. Everywhere. They're very thoughtful here. Seating everywhere, enough to accommodate hundreds of people. Benches all over the place, benches and tables, and areas for groups. Lovely. In other words, compared to Buckingham Palace, the facilities here are absolutely VIP. I'm not exaggerating. Let's go back and have a look at Traitor's Gate, everybody. A shard there, in fact, peeking above the battlements. Cradle Tower. I'm not sure why, but there is a polar bear up here. In fact, I saw it on the way and I have no idea why it's there. Beautiful lighting here, beautiful. Getting a bit of jiggery on the camera here just because of the power cable. We're at the Tower of London, everybody. The camera's trying to follow it around, but one second, there we are. Buckingham Palace, 2 hours duty, 4 hours off. I'm pretty sure when I was Googling it yesterday, I swear it's only about 4 hours. But they rotate every 4 hours. I might be wrong. I don't know why this this curious chainmail polar bear is here. Oh, okay, so apparently Henry III, according to this, Henry III received a polar bear from the King of Norway and an elephant from the King of France in the 1250s, 13th century gifts. Exotic creatures, I guess. I mean, you can't even begin to imagine what... it is 2 hours. Thank you very much, Kim. It makes sense. I mean, good lord. I was talking very briefly there with the Scottish beefeater, who showed me under his overcoat that he had exactly the same tunic on as the chap giving the talk. And I said to him, like, you know, what is it like in the summer? He didn't actually say anything, but I could see the expression on his face. It was like, yeah, I mean, exceedingly heavy tunic. God knows how they cope with that kind of heat in the summer, to be honest. You know, not just the weight aspect, but the fact that it would be virtually impossible to keep your core body temperature at a reasonable level. Okay, just on the left here, everyone. Again, that's the main entrance just up in front. This is where everyone comes in when you first arrive, etc. The ticket office is just beyond. And here to my left now is the infamous Traitor's Gate. That's it. And there's exceedingly ominous stone steps actually right here. Just think about that experience. You know, you've done something naughty, you've been caught, whether it's something relatively minor or indeed a little bit more serious, treason, etc. Imagine what it would have felt like to be on a boat coming along the Thames. All you can see is, you know, just dirt, mud, wooden houses and shacks everywhere. Smoke billowing out of the chimneys, especially if it's in the winter. Or you've got a couple of guards and the boatman knowing that you were coming here to this gate. And then that was pretty much it. As far as I'm aware, anyone brought through the gate, that was pretty much it. I don't know if there are examples of people who came through the gate and were later released. I don't know that, but my money would be on the fact that, you know, the vast majority, if not every single person that came through these gates, never left the tower again. Yeah, what an extraordinary thing to think about, isn't it? You know, incredibly grim at the same time. You know, you're on the boat, you're completely helpless. You know that that's it, fundamentally. But at the same time, just what would have been going through their minds? How would somebody think? The thought processes of a simple person, which I'm guessing a lot of prisoners would have been, in 11th century England. Just conjecture doesn't even get there, does it? It's just extraordinary. Yeah, extraordinary. In terms of the ticket pricing, I don't know. I think Leanne mentioned earlier, one of the mods mentioned earlier, everybody, that it was something around 20, 25, 29, something like that. I don't know how much the ticket cost. I have this sort of thing called like a historic royal palaces. It's an annual subscription thing. Obviously, I go to these sort of places quite a lot. So I don't know, because when you have historic royal palaces membership, anyone can get it. It's not nothing exclusive. Anyone can go to the website and join. You get access to Hampton Court. I can't remember actually. Kensington Palace, Hampton Court, Tower of London. I'm not sure if Blenheim. I don't remember actually. So definitely Hampton Court, definitely Kensington Palace, definitely Tower of London. I'm not sure if Blenheim is included. And it gives you discounts to other things, the shops, for example, and the restaurants here, and discounted entry to Kew Gardens, etc., etc. So I don't honestly remember how much the individual ticket prices are. It probably isn't cheap. It's London, and what is cheap fundamentally? If it's not free, it's definitely not cheap. Tower of London. Anyone just joining? Yeah, Tower of London. Okay, so the gate. Let me elaborate a little bit on the gate. Anybody that was convicted of a very serious offence, okay, in medieval England, going back to the 11th century now, they would be brought along the river on a boat, and they would enter into the Tower of London to be imprisoned and in all likelihood later executed through this gate. Okay. Those wooden longboats would travel along the Thames from wherever they would have picked up the prisoners, etc. City of London, whatever. And those boats entered here. Okay. It doesn't look like it at the moment because the tide is out. The tide of the Thames is out. This way, at the moment we can see the riverbed. But those boats entered through this gate, and the traitors, indeedly the most famous gate in London, those traitors, you know, those condemned, those wretched fellows, as they would have been regarded in the 11th century, would be forcibly disembarked, most likely in chains or in custody, and marched up these stone steps here. Marched up these steps and imprisoned in the tower. You know, imprisoned in these freezing cold stone towers. I mean, you can't even begin to imagine, can you? Obviously, those parts of areas are off limits. I dare say that some of the places, some of the lower levels, the prisons, the very ominous parts of the Tower of London, have probably not been explored in recent times. To be fair, I'm sure there are some very gory things, including medieval instruments of torture and so on. Just places like this. Who knows what's in there? What would have happened in a place like that? Okay, I can see down there. It looks very, very grim. That would have been your view of the world, potentially, as a prisoner here at the Tower of London. In other words, nothing. You know, you could perhaps barely see the sky. But when you think about it, what a terrifying thought, eh? And here, aptly named, obviously. Second, everybody. This jiggy with the camera and the cable is just ridiculous this morning. Apologies. Aptly named 1225, 13th century bloody tower. Okay. I'm not going to tempt fate by standing directly under this iron gate because you never know. Okay, if we watch movies like Final Destination, freaky things happen occasionally at unexpected moments. I'm definitely not going to stand directly underneath it. But yeah, look at that. I'm close to standing directly underneath it if it falls for any reason. This was a great live. I think it probably was a cell. I don't know 100%, but it certainly looks like it. It looks very ominous. Just like this extraordinarily large iron gate. They've actually attached it very, very well, I guess for health and safety reasons. They've put two enormous oak beams, one there and another one here. I don't know how long they've been there. Wait, let me go onto it very quickly. Imagine if it fell on me during the live, everyone. 1 second. Let's get out of the sun here. 1 second, that sun is blinding me. There we are, that's better. I'm now firmly inside. Yeah, through the bloody gate here, marched into the tower. And that was it. They're my pleasure. It was a lot of fun here at the Tower of London. It's an extraordinary place. I mean, utterly extraordinary. This side, in fact, the ceiling here is called the vault. And it was added much later. 1360, 1362. Mid-14th century vaulted ceiling. Obviously, I'm guessing the stonemasons weren't quite as accomplished when the tower was originally built almost 300 years earlier. So this vaulted ceiling was an addition, which is incredible if you think about it. The ceiling alone is the best part of 700 odd years old, yet it's relatively new compared to the rest of the tower, which was built a lot earlier. Sorry, the camera's jigging a little bit. Okay, got a good spot here. 1 second. Let's sit and leave this focused on the sunshine, then I can answer any questions. 1 second, everybody. Let me grab a seat. It's a beautiful view, actually, as well over the tower here in the middle. Isn't that spectacular? What I'm going to do, anybody that's watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed that that tour and the slightly dramatic moment when I had to explain why I was filming what I was doing there. That was most unexpected, but in the best intentioned way. And the lady handled it exceedingly professionally, and it was a pleasure. But thank you to everyone that was watching on YouTube, and I hope you enjoyed this roughly 2 hours or so narrated tour here at the Tower of London. Thank you for watching.